married off as child brides. Men and boys must join forces with women and girls to advance gender equality globally, from the locker rooms to the halls of power. Overall, human rights and liberal democracy enabling people to share thoughts and ideas freely are essential drivers for sustainable development, along with free trade and open markets, including everyone irrespective of gender, sexual orientation or race, with more hands and minds pushing for social and economic progress for all. Mr. President, building back better requires greater respect for human rights, fundamental freedoms and gender equality, the critical cornerstones for a better and more just future. Indeed, investing in development, peace and human rights will, at the end of the day, always be less expensive than having to address the dire consequences of poverty, war and injustice. Regrettably, today's conflicts, humanitarian and political crises are too often rooted in lack of respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms. This year, we have witnessed a ruthless military coup in Myanmar, where democracy and civil rights have been done away with altogether.
You want rice with stew?
The situation in Afghanistan is highly troubling, with reports of attacks, serious violations of international humanitarian law,
but only
and human rights abuses,
don't put too much rice
back against women's rights. The Taliban and other parties must respect international law, seek an inclusive political settlement, and ensure humanitarian access and safe passage for all, or else be held accountable. In too many places, we have seen a serious decline of respect for civil and political rights. We need to stand by those who risk their lives and liberties every day for calling out these injustices and engaging in an open, democratic debate. We have a collective duty to promote and protect the human rights and freedom of all. The role of the Human Rights Council has never been as important as now. We need to engage in an open dialogue on how to correct the course and head towards greater respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms, everywhere and always. The run-up to the 75th anniversary of the Universal Declaration for Human Rights in 2023 should be used to reinvigorate our collective commitments to human rights. Iceland is firmly committed to continue actively promoting and defending human rights. We have therefore decided to run for a seat on the Human Rights Council for the term 2025-2027. Mr. President, the complexity of modern conflicts and crises continues to grow with the merits of emerging factors.
Precious, you want to come and give this place prison bond again?
And this
you want to give this place prison bond?
Authoritarianism and tyranny, while encouraging steps have been taken to preserve and build peace, including in Iraq and Libya. The overall trend is nothing short of disappointing.
And why are you taking all my food everywhere?
Violence in Palestine and Israel.
No, don't come and give this place freedom bond because of your eyes.
Hey, I didn't put that eye. Take that out, I didn't put that out. Teresa put that in there.
And feed senseless.
I don't have business with it. How big that eye is.
Finding political solutions to the situation in Syria, Yemen, Ethiopia, and now Afghanistan is also essential, as military might alone can never deliver peace and stability. The same holds true for Russia's persistent and unlawful violations of the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine and Georgia, which continues to undermine regional stability. The UN's role in pursuing diplomacy and providing humanitarian and development assistance is indispensable. We are all responsible for creating and safeguarding the space for diplomacy and humanitarian work. Still, the Security Council carries special responsibilities on behalf of the wider UN membership. The Council needs to act with greater foresight based on a broader view of the security, and we welcome its recent deliberations on cyber security, climate security, and the pandemic. At the same time, it is about time that we instill new life in the Security Council reform discussions which need to become more substantial and results focused. Preventions need to be our highest priority, given human cost and long-term implications of conflict, instability, and tensions. Safeguarding the key agreements that brought us out of the wasteful arms race of the Cold War.
I'm giving you only 8
Not
minutes.
least the nuclear non-proliferation is particularly important. Mr. President, there is no international platform that compares to the United Nations. No other body can bring together different nationalities, religions, and political views, literally under one roof. It symbolizes humanity's greatest aspirations and represents a beacon of hope, not least for those stricken by conflict, poverty, inequality, and discrimination.
If they call Joe Biden to come and do something,
Charter
let us watch it.
and international law needs to continue to be our lodestars. Without them, we will be lost and swayed by those seeking narrow national interest and zero sum
Man,
gains.
everybody mad.
But
He's
to
a
stay
madman.
relevant,
They carry madman to come and be
that the
president of
UN
America.
evolves with the times. We need more transparency and openness within the UN system and among member states. And perhaps most importantly, we need to bring the UN closer to the people of the world. The UN 75 Declaration provides us with a strong vision and framework for the future. I also welcome the Secretary General's report on our common agenda on present and future challenges.
But that Sierra Leone Prime Minister,
Mr. President,
Uganda woman said a lot.
today's challenges may seem overwhelming, seen from the perspective of individuals, nations acting alone. Still united in hope and will, and by delivering on our commitments, we can meet these challenges and deliver on the promises set out in the UN Charter to safeguard peace, human rights, and development. Our future depends on it. Thank you.
I wish to thank the Minister for Foreign Affairs and International Development Cooperation of Iceland for the statement just made. On behalf of the General Assembly, I have the honor to welcome to the United Nations Her Excellency Kersti Kaljulaid, President of the Republic of Estonia, and to invite her to address the Assembly.
Mr. President, Mr. Secretary General, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, I am so sorry we have not been able to meet each other for so long. I feel especially sorry that the conversations we started with many of you on digital development and digital in development have been discontinued. Yes, brainstormings, hackathons, similar events have continued online, delivering in particular fresh ideas at lightning speed on how to best overcome or circumvent the circumstances we were all suddenly thrown in. I am proud how we have rushed online globally to reach out to each other, to provide education support, to develop e-court services, to deliver as much as we could, contactless. My special greetings go to the Chief Prosecutor of Kenya, who has made sure that Kenyan people can turn to the courts and receive verdicts while unable to travel, unable to meet. Kenya is not turning back, because even when travel would be safe again, why should someone take a trip of hundreds of kilometers to be heard? This is an encouraging example. Through the tears we have shared for our lost ones, from the despair and devastation, solutions